guys, and welcome to day 2 of the National Book Week. Uh, this is my reading vlog. This is what I'm reading. It's a novel called Nnete Fela by Kekana. It's a Sepedi novel. I'm reading this for the third time in my life, and it always gets better. So I wanted to share this with you guys. Today's take is the one book that got me into reading, and this is the book that got me into reading. I got gifted this book by my mother when I was around 13, 14. I can't remember, but I was already in high school, right? And I also don't remember the first time I read it, but I remember the second time I read it. I was in the 10th grade. I remember I started reading it at night, and it was a school night. I couldn't put it down. I went to school with this book. Every little free lesson, during break, my nose was here. My nose was here. On my way to school, as I was working, I walked to school. Even when I was working, I was like, yeah. I was just lucky I did not get hit by cars. So yeah, I just finished the first chapter. It has really long chapters, okay? Like those chapters like 41 pages. It has really long chapters. I love the character development, the plot, okay? The storyline, the plot. Guys, and this book was published, this book is older than me, okay? It was published in what, 1995? Oh, it was published in 1989. Okay, it was in 1989, and I'm just a baby. The MMC is Ariel Miso. He works in radio. He's a radio presenter slash producer. He produces these radio plays, dramas on radio, which we listen to, like the one on Tabela FM called, what is it called? I forgot the name because I don't listen to it. Yeah, as that person, he's a straightforward person. His life is just that normal: go to work, come back home, and yeah, he's like your typical boy. He is a girl that yabo or the and things like that. And we have Bubbles Nugu, who Ariel considers a snob, a slay queen who do not work for their money but have old men funding their lifestyles, guys. And this is his first impression of her. They don't know each other. They just met. Then the story starts. Ariel is at this office, at the commissioner's office, right? He's in a queue, and the people, the staff behind the counter are not very diligent. They just working slow, and then in walks Bubbles, sexy, beautiful, dark, and she walks in with one of the staff members of the commissioner's office. And because she's a lady and she's beautiful and she can get anything she wants, she skips the line, right? Just skips the line. This agitates Ariel. Like, I've been standing here. Why is she, like, we've been standing in line to be helped, and now she just gets, she just gets helped immediately just because what? She's pretty, things like that. So that's his first impression of her. And Ogil does not Like she's like, yeah, she's not there. She's just here to get her stuff done and go home. She doesn't care about you. She doesn't care if you've been sweating and your feet ache from standing in that line. Because this is her world. She can do whatever she wants. That's the kind of girl Bubbles is, right? So Ariel gets agitated, and then Bubbles gets over and done with her stuff, and then she leaves without actually replying. She didn't actually take a second look at this nigga who just burst out of nowhere, mad that okay, she didn't pay him attention. He just like yeah, whatever. Then Ariel gets helped in the line because even the others were like, yeah, you why are you doing this? Okay. Getting out of the office when his stuff is done, he goes to his car in the parking lot, and there's a car next to his that wasn't there before. And this car is more beautiful, it's more luxurious than his. And he figures, whose car is this? You know? As he's still standing there wondering whose car is this and how it makes his look like a beetle next to it. In Walters and Bubbles comes walking straight to that car that is luxurious and Gibble opens it, takes out her keys and opens it. And then that's that's how Ariel draws the conclusion that Bubbles is a snake queen and that card is definitely not even hers. It's sugar daddy's money, and that's why she's even in a rush because an old man is waiting for her at home. They don't actually even exchange words, they just look at each other. Bubbles taking his exterior and he's like this nigga had the guts. Saying and they go their separate ways. Bubbles just figured, this nigga, yeah, I don't have time for such. And then she drives off. Ariel also gets in his car and drives off, and everyone goes their separate ways. Now we still in the first chapter. The writer writes in third person, so the narration she switches from Ariel to Bubbles, Ariel and Bubbles. So yeah, don't get confused with each able. So Bubbles goes to take his twin brother from hospital. She has a twin brother. His name is Karabo, and growing up, Karabo had got this father's love, if that's how he was always considered more important because he's a boy, and he was the Mujalefa of the family because he carries the family name. But in her little brain at that time, that's not how things seemed. But growing up, because of one incident that happened, she had to always be in competition with Karabo just because she's a girl. But Karabo was not aware of this competition. This comes after, as I say, she just took Karabo from the hospital. Karabo was involved in a car accident after a drunk night, and with his friends, one passed away and one was hospitalized just like him. So the father decides to disown Karabo, but Bubbles pleads on his behalf. And for Bubbles, it's a victory because now she gets to have access to this empire. It's all on her, right? She gets to be the heir and not Karabo, because Karabo is the irresponsible one. While Karabo was drinking away his youth and not going to school, Bubbles went to university and graduated and then got into the family business. Their father, Noko, excuse me, Like, as I said, this is a Sepedi novel. So, like, the Sepedi that was used in this is very hard. It's hard, it's semi-hard, but do they have madingwa? You know, in Sepedi we say, they've used a lot of those madingwa, right? Just to make it readable, easier. So, like things like cinema, they just showed cinema, but in Sepedi, right? So we're at the part where all hell broke loose. Ukarabo, who is Bubbles' twin brother, is was managing one cinema while Bubbles is managing a cinema in a club, right? So Ukarabo was the type, yeah, like fearful, like he didn't take life seriously. He just figured, I am an aide to this huge empire, I don't need to work hard, all I do. But his mandate was fun, girls, drink, alcohol, right? So he got involved in a car accident with some of his friends. One got hospitalized and then the other passed away. And then the father is mad that they got into this accident, and then at the same time they lost the cinema that Ukarabo was managing, and then he decides to disown Karabo, right? But here comes the the problem. So Akira Bubbles is excited to be the heir now, since Karabo is now out of the way. He's disowned Hantana Lefa and all that. So my girl is like, then what an easy thing, because she's worked so hard to please her dad, just because growing up, Karabo was always considered the heir because he was a boy. So Bubbles lived her whole life trying to please her dad and work so hard to make her dad see gore. Sometimes it's not about gender. I'm also a hard worker. I deserve to own this empire or be the heir to this empire. I deserve to run this whole thing, right? So now that Garafo, because now it's a moment like that whole kitten that was like blinding him, now it's coming to light. No, this is what Bubbles has been doing. Like, this girl has been in competition with me and I did not know that. And let me tell you where the competition started. Bubbles, when she was like around 9 years old, she heard her dad speaking with some of his friends about how he's so proud to have Ukarabo as an heir, to carry his name forward and all that. Like, I'm proud of to have a son, my son this, my son that. And that thing clicked in Bubbles' heart, and she cried the whole night and hit herself in the outside house where they put coal, because this thing was set in the 80s, right? Outside where they put coal, and they found her like hours later after looking from the neighbors everywhere. Found her hours later after Okara was like, I'm getting cold, we need to start a fire. And then they wanted to start it, that's why they found. So that thing has built up from that moment, the silent competition, the wanting to be better and all that. So Karavo is wanting to take revenge. Karavo, in an attempt to take revenge, decides to write a drama script that he sends away to Ariel Miso, who is the what? The radio broadcaster. Ariel was looking for new scripts for his new dramas. And then Karavo is like, I got a story. And no, Ariel reads the story. And then he likes the story. He's like, no, but the story is good, but something is wrong. And he read the story right after Karavo, right after Bubbles came to him to say, we want the script back. Karavo doesn't want to publish the script anymore. And then Ere was like, why? Like, he didn't understand. So that's when he read it, because he was like, what is going on? Like, this guy was the one who came to me and gave me the script. Now all of a sudden it's not supposed to be aired. And here is why it was not supposed to be aired. Karavo the script was exposing secrets, his father's secrets. There's a syndicate that his father is part of. Bubbles has no knowledge of this, however, but they get to tell her after. when the script is already gone. So because they want the script back, then they tell Bubbles what this is what is going on and on. So this script is about this crime syndicate that Mr. Nuku, who is Karabo and Bubbles' father, is in, together with his best friend Mr. Mabusha, who is also Mr. Mabusha is Bubbles' father-in-law to be. Guys, and this syndicate, apparently they create checks, they write down checks and then they create accounts, like bank accounts, and with different names, right? So they have different bank accounts, different names, and then they write those checks. They go to the bank to check in on that check, and somehow the money comes out, but there's no money. Like, I don't like, somehow they always get the money. And the thing is, Nuku and his friend Mabusha are literally at the very bottom of the syndicate. They're just members. They're not the top dogs in the syndicate. So you can imagine how scared they are and petrified they are if their bosses, their top dogs, find out what his son did. They're all gonna die. But like and now my girl Bubbles is tasked to get that script. But she is tasked to like she just had to. Like, she had to make a plan to get that script. And the thing with Bubbles, she's a very confident lady. She was like, no, I will go. When they told her, she was like, okay, real miso. Oh, this is the fun part, guys. Real miso is, as I say, is the podcaster. And he is Bubbles on a crush. Bubbles has listened to Ariel Miso's show for years, ever since she was still in school. She fell in love with just his voice, right? And then now she's tasked to go meet his crush, to meet her crush. And this time it's not going there to introduce herself, to be like, oh, I've been like your fan for years, things like that. It's there to get a script. She's there to just save her father's ass and everybody's asses, right? Sorry for the language. And yeah, my girl comes with tricks to get the script. She goes the first time, she doesn't succeed. The first time was when Ariel was like, I haven't read the script yet, so I can't give you the script. And then that's when Ariel read the script. It was like, damn. And then Bubbles goes again the next day after Ariel has read the script. And then she tries again. Still Bubbles. Ariel was like, no, I can't give you the script. Garabo has to come here and tell me himself that he wants the script back. He wants to pull out. And already Ariel has found a miss for no, they won't be broadcasting the script because of the discrepancies in there, because the names in the script, he knows those people. They're big, they're public figures, they're famous people, they are powerful people that he knows, like right here in Pelindaba in Tshwane. So he's like, because the script is name dropping, he can't publish it, like he can't broadcast it. He's already finalized that, but Bowles doesn't know. So she keeps trying because the dad and the father-in-law to be is putting pressure on her. And yeah, so the second attempt, Bubbles decides, you know what, let me call this guy and make an appointment to meet up at a restaurant. But then this appointment is in Karabo's name. And then, mind you, Karabo is no longer here. Karabo is handicapped because he got an accident. So his leg is cemented, he's using crutches. So somehow the syndicate took Karabo away. But Ariel doesn't know. So Bubble says, no, Karabo sent me. He says, let's meet at this restaurant tomorrow at this time, right? So, okay, Ariel is like, okay, and he's like, don't forget the script. Ariel is like, okay, cool, because Ariel has already read the script, but he wanted to meet Karabo just so Karabo can come up with another script that could work for the show and not this one, right? So, now, Bubbles is like Bubbles is the one that gets to a restaurant 10 minutes after. And then Bubbles came with a different car from the one that Ariel knows. Because these people met earlier in the book at the commissioner's office where Bubbles skipped the queue and Ariel was in that queue to get help. And Bubbles, because of her looks and demeanor and all that, she skipped the queue because what? She's beautiful. She can get whatever she wants. Okay? And yeah, so now she hatches this plan where she got two guys that will do the whole job for her. And then when they were hatching, I thought maybe Bubbles wanted the guys to kidnap Ariel so they can beat him and then get the script from him. But actually that's not what happened, right? So Bubbles went into the restaurant, they got to talk, they were talking, they were discussing, they were like, and then Bubbles was like, did you read the script? Ariel was like, no, actually I did not read the script. So Beryl was like, okay, good. At least he did not read the script. So he doesn't really know why I want the script back. And Ariel, the back of his mind is like, this girl thinks she's clever, eh? So that's why they talk, and then they decide, let's go. They decide their meetup is over. They walk to each other's cars. Actually, they walk to Ariel's car. And then Bowel's like, okay, goodbye. It was nice to meet you. Because still, she did not get the script. So before she can get to her car, she decides to trip and fall. So actually, that is a distraction for Ariel to actually come and help her. And then Ariel puts the script on the bonnet of his car and then rushes to Bubbles. While at that, because it's earlier in the evening and the city is bustling, as people are going in and out. Like you see people are coming out from work, people are going out, so one of the guys swiftly takes the script from the car, which Ariel saw with the tip of his eyes. But yeah, and then he tries to run he tries to run to get the script, but then yeah, the guy was already gotten in the car and what. So he figures, this girl thinks she's clever, so he doesn't make it obvious that he's already seen her. This was just a scheme for them to get the script. He's like, no, you can't drive because you hit your foot, let's go with my car, girl. Anyway, yeah, see you again with another update. I feel like this update is long, so if you're gonna see this in this video, please be patient. Guys, the syndicate is planning to kill Ariel, Miso, and the one Bubbles to hold them, and my girl is not agreeing at all. She does not like murder. She's a bad girl, but she does not want to kill. Which I can say. Because why would you want me to kill? Why are you involved in me? Now I helped you get the script and now you want me to help you kill this person? Okay. I was just having this girl a minute ago and she's agreeing. Like she's agreeing to lure him out so they can kill him. Yeah. Like this way, like oh. Yeah. This is loosely translated as only the truth only. Yeah. They just kissed. I don't know. These people are at war, okay? They're trying to lure each other into each other's web, and they just kiss. Bubbles. Girl, Ariel. Yep. It really is getting weak. Why are you falling for this girl? Because you are in a scheme. Why are you trying to fall for each other? This is a mission. Stay focused. Okay. Yeah. I want to read this part. Let me start this part. Marago ke ge ba fihlile hekeng ya ganoko ba botse o ile a hwetša a le ka matsogong a lesogana leo gape pele a etswa sefatanageng o be a tseba yena a swanetše go kgatha tema fela you get fela ge molomo wa gage o kopana le wa Ariel o ile a timelelwa ke tema yeo a lebala ha guys go a tšwelela boyena bja nnete mme a hwetša a thabela go nwelela kganyogong ya nako yeo tšohle tša tlhaloganyo di ile tša široga go a kgathalega fela maikutlo a lego a dira gore a tlwa a ikhwetše a iša diatla ka morago ga hlogo ya Ariel go mmakametša go yena catchitše These people, somebody is gonna get hurt. Somebody is gonna get hurt. But it's fine. What did I just read? Bubbles. Ke a go rata. A hebeheletša ao ka go kokela difahleho tša bana di sa kopana. Ariel, why are you losing the plot? It's the second date, and this man just decided, that second kiss just got him dizzy. Now he's saying he loves her. And that's where they want him to be. So he like relaxes, say okay. But number week. We're here. I think we're almost halfway. My people are even Bubbles, guys. Even her. Mind you, Bubbles has a fiance, Kekana, also part of the syndicate. And they're using Bubbles to get to Ariel. And now he's falling in love with the enemy. She is falling in love with the enemy. Guys, this book is mad, okay? It's crazy. A masterpiece, I tell you. Oh, I am finally done. I'm so tired. You can see my eyes are literally tired. So yeah, when I updated you was when their love was throwing, right? And I'm tired, okay? But I'm trying to keep this short, but I know myself in your pain. Yeah. You remember how we said Ukarabo was taken by the syndicate after the script thing in Saka started, and then they sent Bubbles to go distract Ariel so that they can get back the script. When that happened, they got back the script, but then they figured maybe he didn't read the script initially. But then turns out he read the script, and then Bubbles told the syndicate about, no, the person already read the script, and they were like, no, we have to, off him, because if he read the script, he knows all our secrets, he knows the truth, and he could tell someone that will tell someone, or he could go to the police with the information. So that's when they hatched the plan ya gore Bowles should help them again to be like again so they can kill Ariel, right? So in order to do that, Bowles, who had a fiance, Kekana, was very hesitant at first because like killing someone was not something that she was gonna do. So but thinking about her dad's word about how they could lose everything and done because about the empire and all that, the shops, the businesses, she was like, okay, I'll do it, I'll help you. But my girl, that the plan did not go as planned. Yeah, things happened. They fell in love. They fell in love, me, after the second date. These people kissed, yeah, they kissed after the first. I'd give that update. And then on the day where they hatched the plan and all that, Bubbles decided on that day, she's not gonna lose the love of her life. So the people who were supposed to kill Ariel, Bubbles came to the rescue and became Superwoman, and shot them. And then they got in the car and ran away, right? Guys, this is where it gets interesting. The thing is, Bubbles is now in love with this guy, but Bubbles is also scared to tell the guy the truth. And the guy initially, like, he believes some of the things Bubbles say, but then as time goes and events and the plot thickens, he gets to see, oh no, they're like holes in this person's story. Like, what is the actual truth? What really happened that day where you shot these people? How did you know they were gonna come out and point a gun at me? And then when you just came at the right time, right? Things like that. And like, why they were on the run, why? Oh, and also Bubbles was like, no, there might be people tracking you, like following you around, and everyone's like, things like that. Everyone's like, why? How do you know that there are people following me? Seeing that during the scene, not many people saw them. They might have seen how they looked, their statues, what they were wearing, but they were not very close to see their faces. And even if the police said, describe how their facial features look like to forensic artists, they wouldn't know, right? So yeah, this is why the book is called Nnete Fela, because Bubbles is literally holding on to the truth. She's hiding the truth from her love interest. She's hiding the truth from her best friend, who is helping her, unbeknownst to her, that Bubbles and her dad are part of a syndicate and that they're running away from that. What Bubbles told her was that she was running away from Kekana, her fiance, because now she's in love with what? Who? Ariel. And this also angered Kekana, because why is Ariel taking his woman? Okay, so yeah. So like everyone wants to find out the truth from Bubbles, and it gets so much for her. Like, she's like, I want to tell this person the truth, but I don't want to lose this man, okay? Like, it's the first time I'm seeing love with this man. When, like, it's very crazy. And we actually find out, I don't know if this is a teaser or a spoiler, we find out, because Nuku, Bubbles' father, did tell Bubbles that the syndicate killed Karabo that day that they took him and he disappeared. Apparently, Nuku, as much as he was mad, his fatherly love overweighed the mistakes that Karabo made. So somehow he managed to save Karabo from the syndicate by paying those goons extra money so they could hide Karabo. So yeah, it has a happy ending. I'm spoiling it for you guys, but this is an old book. Many have read it, I think. But yeah, like rating wise, the plot definitely a 5 out of 5 because the suspense was just there, like yabo. I mean, the plot and the storyline definitely a 5 star. I mean, overall, the book, maybe the writing, because now the spelling that was used in here for me now, because I'm reading it like what 13 years later after like the last time I read it, some of the words were very hard to like grasp, like even though they used a lot of madingwa. I don't know what madingwa is. Maria. Even though the author tried to suitify most of the English words, so as we can understand, because Pedi is a very hard language. Nobody will tell you that, but I'm telling you, it's a very hard language. But it was a very good read. I enjoyed it the first and second time I read it, and I enjoyed it again this time. But my overall rating, a 3.5. I'll give this a 3.5, and I'll definitely recommend if you want romance. This is like literally an enemies to lovers romance trope. Yeah, and I did mention it was a crime thriller or suspense, things like that. But yeah, the suspense, crime, like it literally kept you on your toes. Crazy. So yeah, if you enjoyed the segment of reading with me and reviewing this book, please do like this video, share and subscribe, and comment what you think of this book. Have you read this book? Like I heard another cousin of mine said they read it when they were in grade 8. We never read this in school. And someone else also told me they had the book, but then a family member took them and then the pages were torn. I feel bad for them. I really do feel bad for them. But this book is very close to my heart because it's the first book. It's the one book outside of school books. It's the first book I ever owned, and I got it from my mom. She had 2 copies. This is the one of the copies, and the other one we don't know where it is. It's lost, and the other one is in greater condition compared to this one. So yeah, I'm yapping, but yeah, see you again on another day in another video when I get creative again. Yeah, bye.